Okay, are you ready for 10 ways to outsmart that narcissist? Let's go. Hey, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am an attorney. I am a best-selling author, and I am a narcissist negotiation expert. I'm here to give you tips, tricks, and real resources on how to outsmart and negotiate with narcissists. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. All right, so let's dive in and give you the top 10 ways to actually outsmart narcissists in a way that you can do it without backlash, without them like freaking out on you, without you like ending up going, oh my God, how in the heck am I going to do this and actually come out unscathed? Because you know how they are. They end up like flipping their lid, right? I mean, that narcissistic injury gets triggered and that narcissistic rage comes flying out. They want to punish you. They want to make sure that you never do that again. They want to make sure that you stay under their little like finger, their web of control. I was actually just talking to somebody this morning and they were like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to escape. This person I was talking to this morning is living with it for 30 years. And, you know, just now trying to figure out how to escape plotting and planning and making sure that she does it the right way in outsmarting the narcissist. And that's what I'm going to do. So by the end of this video, you're going to have 10. And I'm going to start with number 10. And we're going to work our way backwards so that you stay all the way to the end to get number 1. Ready? Number 10. Number 10 is don't take the bait. Okay? So they want you to take the bait. That's what they do. I mean, I remember dealing with a family member who was a narcissist, and you know, he would be like, you get into it with him, and he'd be like, yeah, now we're having a conversation. I mean, he wanted you to get into the mud with them. And once you're down in that mud, that's when they feel like now they have you, right? So when they get emotional and they get you to get emotional, then they know that they've got you into that vortex. They're pulling you in. And when they freak out and you freak out and you match their level, you're in it. So when they go here and you stay here and you stay calm, you've outsmarted them because they don't know how to do that. They're trying to pull you in and you haven't taken the bait. So that's number 10. That's one of the ways that you can definitely outsmart them. All right. Number 9. Number 9, and this is especially when you're negotiating with them, because that's my specialty. That's my sweet spot. That's my superpower. That's what one of the things I love to do is negotiate. And that is to throw out a decoy. Okay. So when you're in the thick of it and you're trying to negotiate with them, whether it's a business deal, partnership, client, divorce, whatever it is, it could be in your own household. Who knows? Maybe it's, you know, a teenager. I mean, I've been coaching somebody who's been dealing with a huge family issue with regard to a probate litigation matter. Throw out a decoy for what it is that you actually want, because if they know what you actually want, then they're going to make it their mission to make sure that that's the thing that you don't actually get. Because why? Because they get supply from jerking you around. Remember, right? You know, the end goal for them is not resolution. The end goal for them is supply. They get supply from jerking you around and intimidating you. So you can throw out a decoy and then you can kind of fit in what it is that you actually want down the road, but you're sort of throwing it into a package and you sort of figure out a way to strategically place it in so that you end up getting what you want, but maybe they don't necessarily know that you're ending up getting what you want. See what I mean? All right, number 8. Number 8 is asking for more than what you want. This is, again, in a negotiation. You're going to figure out what it is that you want, and then you're going to ask for way more than that, so much that they end up going, F you, I'm out of here. I mean, that's kind of a strategy for any kind of negotiation, by the way. You are going to ask for more than what you want and kind of back your way down, but never so much that you are going to make the other person so angry. But that's definitely something that you can do. All right, number 7. Number 7 is, I like this one. I like number 7 because it's a way for you to kind of disengage. Number 7 is just observe their behavior to them. So you're looking at them and you're kind of going, I can see that you're angry. You're almost like, you have to pretend almost like you have a microphone in your hand and you're reporting the news. I see that you are upset. I see you being angry. You kind of like look at them and you can almost observe their behavior to them, and it starts to disarm them when you do that, because you're actually validating them. You are actually noticing them and empathizing with them and giving them attention, which is something that they want. They want to be seen. All people like to be seen, heard, and validated. That's just part of being human. And so that actually helps to start to disarm them. And actually, I have a whole lot more on that in my video called Phrases That Disarm Narcissists, which you can check out if you'd like. But, you just kind of observe their behavior to them almost as if you are a third party. And it helps you to disengage as well, by the way. All right, so that's number 7. We are working our way down to number 1. Number 6. Number 6 is you don't defend yourself. When you start getting into, I never said that, I never did that, oh, how can you say that about me? I'm a great mom, I'm a wonderful father. Look at all the ways that I contributed to this business. Look at all the wonderful things that I've done. If you're really dealing with a true narcissist, the chances of them going, oh my God, you are right. Oh, yes, you have done all of those wonderful things. I am the wrong one. That is not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen. So you're just like wasting your breath and your air. So when they criticize you, you can just look at them and you go, wow, someone got up on the wrong side of the bed or something like that. I mean, I remember having a family member one time who was like really upset about something and came over and like accused me of something like that was like completely preposterous. She was like fighting with her husband, and I wasn't even involved in the situation at all. But then she just like came over to me and went, and you, blah, 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 blah. And I just remember looking at her and I went, traveling with children is so stressful. Like, I just like didn't even allow it to like come on to me at all. And I didn't even take it on. And so when they do that, you just don't defend yourself, and it really will help you so much. You just never try to explain, defend or justify. It really will help you. And that actually brings me into number 5, which number 5 is never explain or justify anything you do. Kind of goes with number 6 which is never defend. Number 5 is never explain or justify. So you never try to go, oh, well, I did this and I did that. Justify yourself. I mean, it's just, again, it's sort of like defending. You're kind of giving credence to them. You're lending validation to things that they're saying, and that's what they want. You're getting into the mud. You're getting emotional. Again, you're giving them supply by doing that. All right. So you don't need to do that. And number 4, we're working our way down to number 1 here. So stick with me. Number 4 is to create leverage, which is all part of my SLAY methodology. L is leverage. S is strategy. Create leverage and then never give it away too early. So you do want to create leverage, which I'm going to give you a little hint. With narcissists, leverage is always going to be tied up in somehow looking at their forms of narcissistic supply, because that's the only thing that ever motivates a narcissist. You know, like with other humans, they are motivated by lots of different things, but with narcissists, they're really only ever motivated by one thing. Now, it may be different ways that they get narcissistic supply. There's definitely a hierarchy of supply, but they're only ever motivated by supply. So remember, create leverage and then don't give it away too early. So that's number 4. Number 3 is remember that everything that you put your hand to is a potential trial exhibit. So be really, really careful about that. You want to make sure that you are not like putting yourself in a position where that you've given them something that they can use against you, because they will, you know, you get angry, you put something in there, and now that you've got something, right? You don't want to have to be on that defensive, right? You want to be on the offensive. You want to be in a position where you can fight back. And by the way, if you're so ready to fight back, give me a fight back in the comments right now. Fight back. Just remember that everything you put your hand to is a potential trial exhibit. Don't put anything in writing that they can potentially use against you. And number two, we're working our way up to the number 1 way that you can outsmart the narcissist. But number 2 is in that same vein. Remember that everything that you are doing, and it's kind of really closely related to everything you put your hand to, but everything you're doing, they're going to try to use everything you do or say against you. Like, remember, dealing with a narcissist is like getting arrested. They're going to try to goad you. They're going to try to use everything. They're going to try to use everything you do or say against you. They're going to like trick you. They're going to try to catch you, and even watch for ulterior motives. I mean, even if they're being nice, they're love bombing you, they're hoovering you, they're like, you know, they're doing all these things. Watch for ulterior motives, because, you know, you really can't trust them. Sorry to say. All right, so that's number 2. Ready for number 1? The number 1 way to outsmart a narcissist. Ready? Go no contact. Heal. Don't look in the rearview mirror. Wipe them from the CPU of your life. Say bye-bye. And like, that's the worst thing that you could possibly do to them, is actually no longer care what they're doing, because you're no longer giving them supply, and you've moved on, and you've healed. Like, that's the one thing that they really don't want, because you're no longer like affected by them at all. So that's how you really outsmart them. But of course, obviously, when you're still in negotiations with them, you have to do all of these other things, create that strategy, create that leverage. And you can definitely start by getting my free Crush My Negotiation worksheet at winmynegotiation.com and joining my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators. You can love it. If you like this video, share it, drop me that comment, tell me you're going to fight back. Subscribe to this channel. It's totally free. I give so much free content. What other lawyer does that? Free. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. And remember, today is a great day to start negotiating your best life. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for stopping by.